Good morning. My name is David Lloyd, CEO of IntelliResponse, and with me today is Paul Smith, our VP of Product and Service Delivery. You may recognize us from last year, but I'm going to take a quick 30 seconds to describe what we do and the problem we solve. 57% of the people that end up in your contact center actually started out likely in the website or mobile environment. It's our virtual agent that allows for the engagement of customers within those environments as well as your agent environment, answering questions the way humans would ask questions and understanding the intent of those. In the end, as we see with Arby here, I ask a question about canceling a check payment, and instead of coming back with hundreds, if not thousands, of potential results for your customers to sort through, driving terrible customer effort, we deliver one right answer, lowering the customer effort and driving the customer satisfaction. With Arby, we basically act like Siri for your enterprise. He understands human interaction and can then support your customers and their objectives. Today, we're really focused on voices, our voice of the customer product that Paul's going to take us through. And I thank you very much for your time.
Good morning. Big data and text analytics investments have fallen into the category of good theory but painful and expensive execution. In fact, a recent IBM study concluded that less than 1% of available data in an organization ever gets analyzed. Imagine if you could have a data scientist in a box. Voices is a powerful VOC discovery tool that's used by product, marketing, and support managers to mine actionable insights from the hundreds of thousands of conversations they have on how to use your products and services. Each bubble is a task-based theme representing the questions your customers asked. The bigger the bubble, the more important the theme is. As you can see, the top trending themes today relate to our new e-deposit program, debit cards, and travel and medical insurance. Let's dig deeper now. I want you to imagine that you're the product manager for debit cards. Clicking on the bubble, I see all the questions asked about debit cards, but I can also look at sub-themes that occurred, such as debit card fees and lost debit cards. And these underlying questions are in your customer's own words. That's the key. I use this data to identify possible new features for the debit card, to find customer usability problems, and to see how well we're communicating the features of our products.
So that's great, Paul. I can see how I can find the most rapidly trending items and then be able to actually visualize those. But what if I really want to dig to exceptions? What if I want to see what's happening day to day, week to week, or month to month with how my customers are asking questions within our environment?
And not a problem, David. Just click on the compare mode. Each color in the compare mode represents a different type of trend. Blue themes represent those themes that are trending down, or purple means it's been resolved completely since the last period. So, for example, notice all the blue themes around check e-deposits. This was the new service we introduced last month where you can take a photo of a check and deposit it that way. So not surprisingly, we had thousands of questions after the launch. It was things like, what do I do with the checks? What's the cost? Our virtual agent successfully answered these questions, but the key is, what can we learn from these conversations that they had? So using voices, we're able to rapidly identify gaps in our website, mobile, and agent communications. But this month, there are entirely new themes related to e-deposits. They're shown in the green bubbles. Green are new themes. So for example, people this month are asking whether they can do e-deposits for business accounts. So now we can action these as well.
That's great, Paul. So what I can actually do with voices, especially in compare mode, is deal with exceptions. Instead of having to concentrate on everything, I can focus on those things that really jump out and have changed over whatever period of time I choose to look at them through.
Exactly, David. Now let's look even deeper. Now, as you click on the e-deposit check bubble, I see a question which is, what is an e-deposit? And I want to explore what we call the customer journey. Customer journey is a visual map and analysis of the hundreds of thousands of customer conversations as they try to complete their tasks. It analyzes the sequence of questions that customers ask. So for example, after asking what is an e-deposit, they also asked, well, do I need to still sign the check? And, well, what do I do with the check? The journey goes to many levels. Notice that will I be notified when the funds are released has additional questions that follow. Customers then ask about can they get an exception made to the hold or whether a partial release can be allowed.
That's really powerful, Paul. So in the end, really what I can do is get this huge value by understanding from a customer's point of view the stages they go through in answering their questions. And really, what we drive there is the ability for the customer to almost avoid coming back for that next question because we can actually intuitively deliver to them the answer to that question. Or in the agent environment, if I'm calling the call center, not only can they answer that question, they can answer the next question or the question after that that's likely to occur.
Yeah, absolutely. And this has a huge ROI. About 30% of your calls related to e-deposits, they could have been avoided by anticipating the next question about this topic. It's called next issue avoidance, and it's costing you millions. It also has a huge impact on CSAT. Nothing drives your customers more crazy than having to call back with the next issue. We've all experienced that.
So we're getting near the end, Paul. Can you show me how to quickly action an item that you're seeing here?
Sure. Notice one of the bubbles is about errors when attempting to do an e-deposit. So clearly this is a serious issue and you need to action it immediately to your contact center and with your technical support team. So click on the error bubble and you can see exactly what customers are asking about errors. This helps you to diagnose the exact details of the problems they're having. And then by clicking on the share icon, you can share this detailed view with your team so they can immediately jump on it. Everyone has access to the live customer data. No special IT or big data help required.
That's fantastic, Paul. So to wrap up, we lower customer effort, we bring the customer interactions to life, we drive CSAT through next issue avoidance, and we've put that all in the voice of customer, all in a box. So in the end, we've actually solved many problems. Enter by our booth for a Fitbit and vote for us for Best of Show. Thank you.